Aloha, my name is Devina. Welcome to my channel today. I'm so happy you decided to join me in my enchanted forest. The enchanted forest in my house. Okay, so I have a reading today. This is going to be probably specific to a few people. I have set the intention to channel for the Taurus collective this second day of July. So if you have a significant Taurus placement, it could be, anywhere in your birth chart. I'm not going to, say where, or if you're a cross watcher and you need to know some things, let's look at this together. Now I'm doing a Celtic cross, so there may be some, it may be extensive. I decided I'm going to just try to go with it and wing it. I have a general understanding of what each card means, and what I'm going to do is whenever I look at the cards, I get additional messages, and I never know what those messages will be or come through as. So that's where it gets interesting, is when I start channeling messages that I don't know what they are. So for somebody knows, though, that's the whole point. All right, guys, so let's start our intention with this tuning fork. Let's set our intention to receive a healing of some kind. I don't know what that looks like for you. It could be energetic healing where, you just feel better. Mind, body, spirit. Physical, of course, is body. Most of us want that, but there's other forms. And let's send this out, our own intention, send it out with me for the healing of our entire planet and whoever's willing and able to accept good vibes. Take a breath. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Let's get started. There is some information. Okay, so yesterday I tried to do a Taurus reading and I actually got a couple cards, just a few cards that come out the same. So I know that that message is real and legit because it wants to be seen still, even though the messages really are pretty much, when you do a reading for somebody, it's different cards meaning the same thing, and different emphasis on placement. So we'll just go with this one, okay? All right, Taurus, so I have you coming in today with this 3 of Cups celebration energy. So I don't know if you have been celebrating with a group, you went out and met some friends recently, or you are desiring or have you need to do that. You need to go out and enjoy yourself with your friends or family, or, there's a group here and they got your back kind of energy. Fun, playful, just, enjoying life, Taurus. So that's how I have you coming in. I have what's crossing you, or your obstacle at this moment in time, is the Hermit card. Let's see, I wrote something down on, where did I put it? Don't tell me I lost it. Oh no. Okay, well I wrote down some things on a card, because with this particular Hermit card, it just feels a little different. Okay, look at this. There's someone isolated at the top of their tower above everybody else. Okay, with this Hermit as an obstacle, I'm not sure what that represents for you, if it represents the going within, where you've gone in too long and you're isolating yourself to your own detriment. That could be for some of you. Or the Hermit is an obstacle, because I might have just said reverse, because I always think of it as the shadow side. So that's just how my mind processes it. But as far as the Hermit as an obstacle or a challenge, it could be even going within. Like for some of you, you might be in this place where your mental body isn't exactly aligned correctly, energetically, due to interference. Something happening in the body system. Thoughts usually create a lot of energetic interference, but we also have outside influences such as solar flares, other things coming in and affecting our field and our vibration. So if the Hermit is coming to you as your obstacle today, it could be just that it's hard for you to connect to yourself and to hear the guidance that one would pick up if they were in a hermit mode where they are downloading information and they are in tune and receive a form of enlightenment. So that's your challenge. If this sounds like you, please stay with me because we have quite a few cards here with this Celtic cross spread. So I have somebody coming in with their conscious mind. What you're currently aware of is that there is a need in your life perhaps to balance some things out. Balance your work, your play. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look at this for a second. These are so blurry. I don't know how this happens. I swear I never touched them, but you know, the lenses are always dirty. Ugh. All right. Okay, so I see somebody on top of this tall building. There's another thing here going on with this tall, up in the air, above everybody else type energy. So I don't know if you see yourself this way or you're legitimately live high up in a tall building somewhere with a view of the entire landscape and other buildings. You're above all of that almost. There's only one building taller than you in this card. If this is your energy coming in, this Two of Pentacles is all about balance. This has a yin and yang symbol. And she's actually balancing on one foot while holding this balancing act going on. So this person looks consciously like they got their shit together, but this was a card that fell on top of this card by accident. I don't think there's anything as an accident when it comes to how I do these cards and how there's times I look down and there's a card there that I swear to God I did not place. Perhaps because I have cards and they jump out and they fall wherever they want to. But the Wheel of Fortune came out and it came out in reverse and landed on this one. So I feel like you've had something in your conscious mind where it's been unfortunate for you. Events you feel like they haven't gone in your favor. That's something the wheel turned and you've been screwed by the Wheel of Fortune. And so this balancing act, even though it looks so calm, you know, consciously, I don't think it feels calm. I don't. I feel like there is turmoil in this Wheel of Fortune imbalance going on. Now, in your subconscious, the Eight of Cups is typically somebody who's looking at everything in their life, and they're not exactly really like happy about some things that they're seeing. I noticed she's all alone, so I feel like you might be a Taurus that's spending quite a lot of time alone, although you came in with this Three of Cups, friendship, camaraderie energy. I'm not sure if that's something that you just recently experienced or it's on your mind that you're really ready to go out and celebrate and have a drink with friends, or if you don't drink, just, you know, go to a yoga class or whatever it is you're looking at that you really want. But I see somebody who's spending a lot of time alone. So, and I think I'm bringing up these things because somebody might need to rebalance their energy, and yoga might be a way to do it. So I feel like that's why I had to say that there. But anyways, let's keep going. So subconsciously, there's these two swans. She's looking at the love. There's this love partnership, perhaps. I don't know. Is it going good or is it something lacking in there? If you're in one, you only know the answer to that. Because there's more birds. Oh, there's lots of love going on. There's, you know, birds represent partnerships that's lasting and that stays. Sometimes the birds will mate for life. I don't think these do, but they do look like lovebirds. There's these white, pure flowers. There's these two dragonflies. Dragonflies are insight and inspiration. It's exactly what the Hermit is after when the Hermit goes within, right? And then the butterflies represents transformation. So subconsciously, you're on the path. You feel like you're on this path, perhaps, of transformation. And you're in the middle of this walking stone path. You're not there yet. You haven't completely, in this picture, if this represents you in your subconscious mind, you're not quite there just yet, because she's in the middle, not at the end of the path. She's already on her way. It's not like you're just starting. I think you've been doing this for a while, and you're in the middle, and you've got these options, and you're going to keep going on this path until it's more apparent to what it is the next step that you've got to do. I do see a moon, and the moon usually represents illusions, sometimes fantasies. It can represent just not seeing clearly, or the fears that come up because of the moon, because of past things that's happened to us in our life. We don't want to experience those again, past traumas. Okay, moving on to the Queen of Swords. This is in your past. I see someone, and I suppose this is just this deck of cards. I asked, what do the deck do I need to use for the Taurus? And I got this beautiful deck that's the Mystical Moments Tarot. So apparently Taurus, you like the pretty things in life. But I also got another one. I asked for the next part of it, and I heard the dark one. So I have the Deviant Moon too. So anyways, going back to your recent past, it feels to me like you went on a journey by looking at this photo, or I always say photo. It's not a photo. It's a picture. It's not actually a photo. It's an artistic representation of a woman sitting on top of a building inside of a balloon. Ooh, up in the air again. Do you have a lot of air placement in your chart, Taurus? Am I reading for an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra? Well, whatever the case, let me get back to this card and see what's going on. All right, so this person has this beautiful bird sitting in their lap. Queen of Swords represents air. And she's looking off with this like lens, and I don't know the name of the lens from when it was called. I don't believe it was called a telescope originally. Let's look at this. Look at that. You see that? Oh, sorry, there's a glare. All right, I don't know what it was called when they look out over the horizon and they're scoping out everything. All these possibilities are laid out in front of you. And you're not alone, because there is a little companion in your lap. And the blue indicates intellect, okay? The blue feathers and the ability to fly with the balloon. You have this ability to fly off into the horizons, but right now you're sitting high above the trees. And this is your recent past. I feel like you're still looking, though. I don't feel like you're completely, because of the other cards coming in, they're telling me that maybe you are still looking, even though this is the recent past. Looking, observing, weighing out all of your options, you know, weighing them, kind of like this person here that's balancing on top of the tall building. All right, so in your near future, there is something coming in, because you've got the King of Pentacles twice. Pentacles represents, I have a mirror. I don't have a mirror. I have a light shining, and it just like gets in my, whatever these things are called. When you get a certain age and everything's, small, and you have to like magnify them to see it. But anyway, so King of Pentacles is coming into your near future. This is a very promising, beautiful card that shows abundance, and this is a feminine version. So the feminine version of the King of Pentacles in this deck. Oh, wow. And she's got like a castle in her head. Ooh, that looks like a Spanish castle. Or is that Northern Europe, Germany, or Switzerland? There's definitely castles in her hair with lights lit up all around it, illuminating your mind and your imagination and what it is that you're going to bring with this golden fan into your life. It's coming from your heart, because what it is, this is representing here to me. I see her sitting here with this over her heart, this gold, like this is pure solid gold, and then the golden flowers, and then of course her hair is on her head. So I think this is about the higher calling, higher knowing, knowledge integrated into the physical world. Now I see these yellow flowers, and there is more of this pattern of the sundial. So this is King of Pentacles, King of Earth, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, which, you know, you're showing up in your reading today, represented in the near future. But there's a lot of sun, and of course it is July, so perhaps that energy is coming into play where you will find some inspiration in your life if you have been in hermit mode a little too long and not acting, based on the fact that there are things you want to experience in this life that you perhaps haven't yet. What are the, you know, and you're going to know what that is, but it's tangible things, and you've got this golden disc, and it's right here. It's right here. So I feel like it's my message to you, or the Spirit's message to you, would be from the cards, is to really connect to right here and the gold that is inside of you. And then of course King of Pentacles means that you have the ability to make this golden sun transform, like the butterflies in your subconscious, into the physical, from the you know, from wherever, the mental. There's a castle in your hair, and there's a golden disc in your heart. And then of course with the earth, the way that you do that is everything is material. You got to manifest the castle in your head into the physical by laying down a foundation, or else it's just going to be a castle in your head blown off by the wind. You know what I mean, darlings? All right. Sorry, I'm being silly. All right, so I want to say more about the King of Pentacles and your near future. So I pulled a few more cards. And so first card out is a message. So there's a message that either you're going to be getting, and some good news. This usually represents good news, except for that it came out with, what did it come out with? Okay, it came out with false person behind it. So perhaps, okay, and this is where I wrote this down on a card because I didn't want to forget. False person. I hate when I lose things. Oh, it's so annoying, but I'm just going to remember what I wrote down. All right, so for false person with a message, I'm thinking, okay, what could this represent for the person that is viewing this video? And I got that it's not necessarily a false person. It may not be. It may be where somebody is removing their mask. They're removing their mask, like how you see yourself and how others see yourself, or how we present ourselves to the world. Is that the true us, or is it just how we want them to see us, kind of thing? And then of course, if that's the case, then obviously it's going to be where we have to be accepting and honest with ourselves. Now I got this coffin because I was like, well, what is this about? The coffin, false person, and message. So perhaps there's an ending. There's a loss, perhaps, and for some of you, not all, but there's an ending to perhaps even a false relationship that isn't satisfying, or it could be, you know, it could be any type of situation that's false. You know, sometimes we want something so bad, we make up things in our head that aren't true, but we're living in this like, oh, this is how it really is. And then you realize one day that that's not how it really is. Just because I dream of it that way, reality is different. And there comes a humility with acceptance, and also a freeing vibration that is just freaking amazing. All right, so in your way you're seeing the world, again, my friend, is you're seeing this King of Pentacles energy. You're seeing this strong, you're seeing yourself as this strong, grounded, stable individual with this freaking kingdom all around you. So it may not just be in your head. You may actually have a kingdom at your, you know, in front of you. But this is how you're seeing yourself. You're seeing yourself as solid, grounded, stable, strong, fatherly, you know, paternal stuff coming on in this king energy. All right. Now, how others are seeing or influencing you, I think others are seeing you that you're just taking a step back. Remember, in the beginning, we had the hermit in the challenge mode. And you're resting and recovering. Perhaps you've had an illness, a sickness of some sort. I did pick that up at the very beginning, that somebody was, where did I pick that up at? I know I picked it up. I felt it. That somebody has retreated for a reason, and this is a good reason to retreat if you're ill, or just not able to deal with the energies of the world. Sometimes going into your alone space is the best thing you can do. But what can happen is we get so used to being in our alone space that it isn't necessarily a healthy thing anymore. We can do that to our own detriment when we escape the world. I know from experience, I did this. I lived in the mountains of Colorado in the wilderness, and I escaped the world for a little too long. And it was really hard. When I got out of Colorado, it was hard to adjust to the world again, because I was in an isolated area. I loved it. I did. I won't lie. But it got to where it was stagnant, and I wasn't learning or growing anymore, so I had to leave. So if that's something that you're experiencing, I'm sharing my story only for those who need to hear that, okay? Now, rest and recovery, your friends and family are seeing you in this energy, and perhaps it's quite necessary. Now, your hopes and fears, I see you coming in here with your hopes and fears and nostalgia and better times ahead or behind you. Actually, it's nostalgia of the past, where there were things that you went through that are really fun. Like, look at this. This is a play, a puppet show. Who doesn't love a puppet show when you're a kid and they're really good actor puppets, But your hopes and fears, I believe, is just reconnecting to meaning, things in your life that have meaning. Fun, play. They've got costumes on and they got masks on. Ooh, I see this mask thing coming up again. Let me see what else is in this card that wants to be talked about. Ooh, somebody's got beautiful turquoise and blue on their head. Wow, knowledge, wisdom, intellect. What else? Just really fun, playful energy. I see like children. I see the innocence of children having fun in this. Well, they're not in the sun, but that's what I see. Because look, I see the sun in this little child's eyes. Can you see that? Can you see the sun in their eyes while they're watching this fun little puppet show? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Hopes and fears, okay? You're hoping for better, brighter days, but you're looking at the things you do enjoy, and maybe that's helping you get through something that you're dealing with right now. All right, so before we get into your outcome, which is a little, it's a little different. I mean, I say different because sometimes the outcome isn't negative, but and I have to pull more cards to understand what it is, because when we get outcome, it isn't like the overall outcome for the rest of your life. It's only a window that's showing in the near future the possible outcome to what it is you're thinking about today. And all of that it just depends on what you do. Ooh, it was 2332 just then. All right, guys. So I have this energy where you're coming in. There's a main female, whether it's you or someone you're thinking about. But that energy is here. There's a feminine. As well as Four of Cups. Somebody is looking at the darky, gloomy stuff. Perhaps you've been thinking of things, too much thinking in your head. And you're not alone, though. I do see another companion. There is a goose holding an umbrella. But in this picture, the umbrella has all the rain inside and not on the outside. So that might be an aspect that you need to look at within yourself, is, are you looking at the gloomy stuff more than the sun? Because I notice with these bright cards, the sun wants to be enjoyed by you, if it hasn't already been. If you're in the summer months, the sun wants to be enjoyed any time of year. But hey, summer is whenever it's the longest light we have. So make sure you're not inside all the time in the darkness. All right, so I see you coming in with Ace of Cups, really nurturing, loving. There's this new beginning that's emotionally fulfilling. She's holding her cup. Ooh, you might have a tattoo on your shoulder that looks like a moon. I see a half moon, but it's red. It's painted red. Don't see very many red tattoos, I can tell you that right now. There is this wisdom and this energy. Again, I do feel I'm talking to somebody with a lot of wisdom. There's blue braids. She's got blue braids coming out of her head. Ooh, I like it. And the moon is whispering into her cup. The moon is whispering into the conscious mind in this picture. Oh my God, did you see that? This is interesting. Whoa, look at what's coming out of her head. Now, this is a totally different deck. This is a different deck. Do you see what I see? I see somebody with golden rods coming out of their mind. So I feel like you have reached this level of, there's just gold everywhere in this card. Whoa, whoa. The cup has seahorses, seahorses. What do seahorses represent? Wow. Okay, so when I've seen them at the aquarium, seahorses are, they're very calm, stoic. Seahorses move and they wrap their tails around sometimes each other and the moving grassy sea grass, seaweed. Some people, it may be seaweed, I'm not sure. But anyways, they wrap themselves and they just kind of go with the flow. So there's something golden in this cup. The moon is whispering into your dreams, telling you there is this cup. But you know what? You have to make this choice to partake of this cup. It's there. It's an option, this beginning, this new beginning after something ends. A false way of seeing yourself, a false idea, perception of reality. I don't know. For some, maybe not. For all of you. But whatever that represents, you have this new beginning with emotional fulfillment. You might be looking for love. There's a Knight of Cups under this Ace of Cups. He's presenting his cup by the sea in the light of the, looks like the early hours when the moon is still out, but the sun is rising on the other side, the opposite side of the moon. So you might be looking for love for some of you Tauruses. Okay, so let's keep going. We're going to go to your outcome, okay? Now, this card came out in the reverse, so I'm thinking that it's only represents how you're feeling in the immediate future, maybe based on something that happens, and not forever, okay? We got 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, family, love, happiness, everything great happening. We got it, and its negative aspect, what it means is you probably in the near future haven't quite yet realized, although you do have this King of Pentacles coming in. So you have this possibility, but whether or not whatever it is you're looking at manifesting desire in your physical world with this King of Pentacles, whether or not it's actually here right now, and right now at this very moment. Obviously, we're usually working on stuff. We go with the flow and we adjust our course and ourselves when it's necessary. And if we don't, we just sit back and we just, fester and do nothing. I mean, that is an option to stay in hermit mode forever. But whenever it gets uncomfortable, it's time to move. It's time to go with the flow. So I feel like until you start to do that, perhaps for some of you, you're gonna feel not fulfilled quite yet in your life. You're seeker of truth and knowledge in yourself, and you want something that's going to make you feel good in the physical. I don't know, match your vibration, perhaps even. Now, if things are not matching your vibration, we have to stop and ask ourselves, is this our vibration? Because this is what I'm getting. So, and that's where I think honesty comes in too, is if we're getting like all the stuff coming in that isn't good for us, and we think that we are projecting an energetic alignment with all the good stuff, and yet we're not getting the good stuff, then that's where the falseness needs to be seen and accepted. And then once we accept that what we're sending out is sending back something to us, Because usually everything happens with energy, vibration, alignment. We attract great, amazing, wonderful things to us when we're in that energy. And when we're in this negative, woe is me, everybody in the world is out to get me, victim mentality energy, which I know a lot of us get into. All of us can get into that sometimes, and we just have to work through. So it's no judgment. But if we're in that energy and we're continually getting these Wheel of Fortune moments upside down, negative events happening, it's a time to really step back and do the work, the healing work, so that we can transform and have all of this abundant gold coming in from every angle. Abundance is in every different kind of form. It doesn't have to be just physical. You can have a lot of friends that just light up your life. All right, so I pull a couple more cards for this. And so what I got from that, and the reason I'm telling you what I told you about this emotional fulfillment, 10 of Cups and upside down or shadow side, was because I saw somebody who needs to go in this direction of the fish. This fish, they go with the flow, like the seahorse. There's more water. And this particular fish is going in the direction of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. And then they're looking for this place where there's this undersea treasure with this anchor and mermaid. So anchor means that a person has found what it is they're looking for. They have their eye on it. They know what it is, because you got to know what you want before you can manifest, okay? Oh my gosh, I spent way too long on this video. I try to keep them 20 minutes, but sometimes I go to 30, so I'm a little bit over. So if you're still with me, thank you so much. All right, so your anchor, you're going to find it. You're going to find your treasure. I see this genie in a bottle. Maybe even you might be spending some time at the beach or the seashore to relax and heal. But yeah, there's definitely something. You're going to be going in this direction towards your goal. Now, I have pulled some cards for you, Taurus, and it says, what kind of routines or habits limit my experience of everyday life? So just look at your routines. What do you do every day? And how's it limiting what you're experiencing in your life today? And what is my instinct telling me to do? So sometimes our instincts tell us to do one thing, or we feel it. We'll get intuitive hits, and the mind says something else. So whatever that looks like for you, my friend, let's pull one last card from the mermaids. What else do we need to tell the Taurus watching the video today? For their, oh my gosh, you're gonna laugh at this. I'm laughing, I'm sorry. It's never a mistake. We got flow. Remember I said something about the flow with the seahorse and the fishes. Let your worries drift away. So I'm gonna just say, go with the flow. Don't fight it. Don't go against the flow, my friend, or you're gonna be exhausted. And you may not ever get out of this healing if you don't just go with the flow. All right, choose wisely. Be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. Direction. Oh my gosh. I cannot. I'm serious. I didn't plan to get the last message. So basically, when this happens, it's just reiterating what we already went over. It says, take your inner, don't take, because I don't have my glasses on. I can still read though. It says, trust your inner compass and find your bearings. So choose wisely, go with the flow of what you're being shown, and direction. Choose wisely, my dear. All right, until we meet again, I hope you have a blessed day. Please let me know if you enjoyed the reading, if it resonated in any way, by pressing like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you again later. Mwah.